Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been on the way to team on my back like a biker. Shorty want me with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling. Everybody.
Here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. This is me, Prescott. That's your boy Eddie. Tell the people hello.
What's up, guys?
All right, everybody. We back again. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, YouTube. Be on all the podcast stuff, Apple, Spotify, Pocket Cast, whatever you listen to. We on there.
On everything,
follow
right?
us. Yeah, maybe on everything. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, so you can keep up with what's going on. You know, we post some stuff. We post videos, shorts, whatever. So keep that up. But here we are, Victory Tuesday, because we record on Tuesdays. It's a nice feeling. I like when we win close games, even if everybody thought we should have lost. But we'll get into that. But how you feeling about this game?
Hey, it's the NFL, man. A win is a win, and even if you got to scratch it out, it's still valuable.
Exactly how I feel. I'm like, hey, we win by any means necessary. If you if you win the Super Bowl by 30 points, they call you a Super Bowl champion. You win by 1 point, they call you a Super Bowl champion. We're not trying to get into a bowl game. We're not trying to impress the voters to try and get a higher seed. All we got to do is win. We win, and we get out of there.
Yep.
And that's it. So let's go into this Lions recap. Lots to unpack in this game. How'd you like that game? Like, were you on the edge of your seat? Were you disgusted? Were you like satisfied? What?
Yeah, to be honest with you, and going into this game, I wasn't really worried. I wasn't really stressed out because we were already locked into the playoffs, and I just felt like these last couple games are really just trying to get us ready for the playoffs. I was pleased throughout the game. I mean, there was times where I was frustrated, but I was happy with how our team worked together. Especially that last drive.
Came through like we did. I mean, we played pretty solid throughout the first 3.5 quarters in my eyes. Like, we played pretty good to where I felt we were doing what we wanted to do. As far as on offense, man, we were moving the ball. We were about to go up 14-3 when Lamb fumbled it through the end zone. And of course, they took it down and came down. Like, we were on the verge of doing that. And once teams see 14-3, they start changing up the playbook. That's when our pass rushers get involved. So we were doing the right thing. Yep. And I know a lot of people are on the, oh man, Mike McCarthy's going to lose us the game. Dan Quinn is going to lose us the game. And I'm like, I really don't think so. Because me watching that game, in my eyes, Mike McCarthy called a great game. There were a few plays. One where Dak overthrew Cooks on a bomb. He was wide open in the end zone. That was a McCarthy play. If Dak hits that, we're talking different. It was a good call. A good call with the CD. He fumbled it because the dude didn't punch it out. He was getting ready to stretch it out, and the dude hit him right when he did it, and it fumbled. Good call by McCarthy. Dak threw that interception. He shouldn't have thrown that. Pollard, he had a huge drop. It was a 2nd and 12 across the middle, and he dropped it, man. He would have had like a 40, like he had one person to beat. And I think and even if he didn't beat that person, it still was a 20 to 30 yard play. That was a possible touchdown. So those are 3 plays right there that should have resulted in touchdowns. That it was a great play call, but it didn't get executed right. So you can talk about McCarthy and his late game shenanigans, which he deserves to be dragged for that because he was terrible in that. But then again, another thing I found out after the fact, that the play he called where Dak threw the bomb and it was incomplete, he called another play and our receivers ran into each other. So Dak couldn't go where he wanted to go. Chances are that person would have been open. So that's when he just threw it away deep. Like, well, I'm going to give Cooks at least a chance. And so he threw it, but it went out of bounds and stopped the clock. So they should have ran, but it was, again, terrible execution. So and that's why I always say, rewatch the games. Because in the moment, when you're all pumped up on adrenaline, it seems like a dumb move that somebody did until you rewatch the game and you're like, oh, okay, something else happened. And maybe he's not as dumb as I thought. What do you think about Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, I'm I'm a little flabbergasted at the responses and the posts and when people say no, Mike McCarthy's game management tactics are trash. I blew my mind, like, because I haven't heard that since like the Chargers game last year when he
Yeah,
messed up with the timeout. Right, I mean, his play calling has been pretty good.
pretty good.
His game management, I don't think there's any problems with it. I think people try to pin our penalties on the head coach, which is fine.
Yeah.
If you're the type of individual that is going to say, if you're going to be the manager of this team or a company or anything, you're responsible for things, right? So when things happen, it falls back on your head. But Mike, be honest with you, I really don't believe that Mike McCarthy is calling bad games. His game management, time management is not bad. This is going to be our third 12 wins season in a row.
In a
I
row.
mean, it's ridiculous how people can try and put that ownership on him when it's the players that are causing the penalties. When I am a student of the game just like you, and I rewatch things. And in the beginning of the game and in the middle of the game, there was, and I think I mentioned this a couple times, I felt like there's some sort of communication problem between him and the quarterback during the games at some point, because that first I think it was like third and like 14 or something, and we called that pitch to Pollard, and everybody freaked out. Oh my God, what is Mike McCarthy calling? And then the camera pans right over to him, and he's like, "What are you calling?" He's saying that. So my mentality is there's something wrong in the breakdown of what he was trying to communicate to Dak and what was really happening. So that could be. I mean, that could be me just trying to give him an excuse, but I really have a hard time thinking that Mike McCarthy's having a hard time coaching this team because he's a good coach.
He's not. Trust me. After going 3 consecutive 8-8 seasons under Jason Garrett, like 12-5 3 times in a row seems pretty good. That means we're winning, whatever percentage that is, 12 out of 17, whatever that is. That's a pretty good percentage. There are teams that would kill to have one of those seasons, just one 12-5 season. We're about to have 3 in a row. Like, I anticipate us winning, which we'll get to later, but that'll be our third 12-5 season. Now, do we lose games? Yeah. Do we lose against teams we shouldn't? Everyone does that. Like, I mean, in the beginning of the season, they were getting on us, Eagles fans for dragging us. Oh, y'all lost to the Cardinals. And we're not supposed to. And I agree, we shouldn't have, but we did. So, we learn and we move on. If you notice, we haven't lost to a team that we weren't supposed to lose to since that game. If you notice. So we learned from that. Now, there were teams where I thought it was 50-50. The Bills, the Dolphins, who else? It was the 49ers and the Eagles. Those were the other teams. So I expected us to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost. Every other game that against teams where we were supposed to win by for sure win, we won those games. And so that's what good teams do. You mess up, you learn, you move on. Just don't do it in the playoffs, I guess.
Very true. I mean, that's all it is. The second season. I mean, that really is, even just a fantasy mentality, fantasy football mentality. Is just get to the playoffs. That's all that matters. However you need to. I don't care if you go 17-0, you get to the playoffs, or if you go, 9-8, whatever. As long as you get there, it's a whole brand new season.
And that exactly happened. The Patriots 16-0. The Giants barely made it in. We were way better than the Giants that year. We were supposed to win the Super Bowl that year, and they beat us in the first round. And they went on and won the Super Bowl. They barely made the playoffs. You just got to get in, catch fire. Same thing with Joe Flacco. He got in, caught fire, and won a Super Bowl. And it happens like that. It's 0-0 for everybody.
Yep.
And then the other thing they had about was Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn called a pretty good game up until that last drive where they felt he just stopped rushing people. And even Parsons said a little bit, you could see their frustration. Like, man, we were pressuring them all game. Now everybody just sitting back. And that's why I say rewatch the games. We had 2 turnovers, 120 yards rushing, 4 out of 13 on third down. We were excellent on third down. D-Law was playing possessed on yesterday. We had 2 red zone stops, whereas on fourth down we stopped them and they didn't score. he called a great game. Now he had one bad drive. Now everybody's like, "Well, Dan Quinn needs to get out of here." It's like, man, they're so caught up in the moment, and I'm like, man, these people are so spoiled. Like, what's going on with these?
I think
people,
I think it's the people that are trying to just get ready for his exit. You know what I mean? When you feel like you're going to get broke up by a girlfriend.
Yeah,
you like start making
fights all the time. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying. They're like, no, they know that Dan's out the door, but it is what it is. You can't keep two good coaches.
Same thing with Tony Pollard. A lot of people are saying, man, Tony Pollard sucked. When you go back and rewatch the game, it wasn't Tony Pollard. This stat blew my mind. 46 of his 49 rushing yards came after contact. So that means he had a grand total of 3 rushing yards before contact. They were in the backfield so quick, he was just running for his life almost the whole night. And then when he did get a good lane, he had good runs, especially on that fake trip. Should have been another run. But in the moment, it looks like, oh, he sucks. He's not getting the burst. But offensive line was terrible at blocking last night. They kind of got better as the game went along, but in the beginning, he wasn't getting any lanes. The Lions had a good plan to stop the running game, and they were just busting through and getting everything done. So, but like I said, always important to rewatch the games. You'll see so much once you rewatch it. You'll catch so much once you rewatch it.
That brings this up because we had talked about this before in the Discord. Is in that first quarter, everybody's like, "Oh my God, what's going on with this offense? We're terrible again." Blah, blah. I said, we need to open up the middle. As soon as he hits the tight end, or if he can hit Cooks over the middle, he just needs to open the middle up, and then all of a sudden the run game will be open. So, I mean, there was a couple different times that we missed those balls over the middle. Those streaks, and that one Pollard that you had mentioned. If he hits one of them,
he dropped it.
Wide open.
Yeah, because he had a dime to Ferguson that he dropped. Like it was a perfect pass.
Well, that safety made a difficult
catch. It was a difficult catch, and I'm like, man, if he would have hit that would have opened up the middle, like you said.
100%.
But another stat I had about Pollard was since week 9, out of all the running backs with at least 50 carries, he ranks 4th in PFF rushing grade. He's 8th in yards after contact, 3rd in missed tackles, so that elusive Pollard's back, and 7th in missed tackles forced per attempt, despite ranking 36th out of 45 in yards before contact. Like I said, he's getting met in the backfield a lot, but he's really making it work despite not getting pristine blocking. So once you look over the course, like everybody looks at the last game or what they remember, I'm like, no, you got to rewatch it and you got to pay attention to like a group of games. And that way you can tell if somebody's doing well. They'd be like, get rid of them. Because if it was up to a lot of people, after the 49ers game, Dak wouldn't be here this year. It was up to 45% of the Cowboys fans. Dak wouldn't be here. And he wouldn't be having a great year.
We're going to talk about those 45% of those Cowboy fans.
Oh, man.
45% are ridiculous. They wouldn't be happy if they won a Super Bowl.
Terrible. All right, so.
What about these, the pickup of Lael today? That was that was big news.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you feel?
I'm not a big Edoga fan. I'm not. I like to give players the benefit of the doubt, but the last game he started without Tyron, he was so like, if you just get straight up beat by a beast, I can live with that. But it was times when he would get out of his stance, and for some reason, he would start blocking the same person that Tyler Smith was blocking and leave Chubb, the defensive end, free just to run. I'm like, it's not even a blitzing linebacker or cornerback. It's the defensive end. Like, that's your guy, That's your guy to defend. But for some reason, he decided to go guard the D tackle with Tyler Smith and just let that get killed. And it's like he did like 2 or 3 times in one game. I'm like, once is more than enough. But 2 or 3 times, like, I'm like, man, I hope we never see this guy ever again.
You nailed it.
Tyron Smith.
You nailed it, because I think you texted me or saw it in the Discord when you said a 70% Tyrone is better than a 100% Adobe, which is 100% correct. I mean, I'd rather have nobody standing there and just let Dak know that just don't even look to the left than Edoga pretending like he's going to block. But I think with the pickup of Lael, what this does is it not only gives us some mean, the best ability is availability, right? So it gives us some, that swing tackle. He can also play guard, so he can play swing guard.
Yeah.
He's valuable with that. I know a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, don't you remember how he's been in the production that he's had this year?" He's probably better than anybody else that we have on our bench
Who
right
we
now.
have, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
I mean, compared to what we expect him to be, as opposed to what we have, I think it's an upgrade.
I mean, if he has to play, I mean, when we have news of Tyler's, his plantar fasciata, like
Mhm.
snapping or tearing completely, I know that it's less painful when it tears completely, but
Still
that's not a
hurts.
good thing. I mean, these,
It still hurts.
so having a capable backup that has experience, I think, is a huge benefit. So I think that
Yeah.
was great that we picked him up. I was
Yep.
excited about it.
So before we get to the here we go player of the week, we got to put to rest the whole 2-point conversion fiasco. So I've been looking into this a lot. So the NFL actually released a video detailing what teams should do to report eligible, and they used this exact situation. They showed earlier in the game where number 70 coming into the game did the hand signal on his chest and went up to the referee saying, "I'm reporting eligible." And then they showed the 2-point conversion. Number 70 coming in, giving the hand signal, walking up to the ref. So it wasn't like, and I see why they let this crew do the Steelers Ravens game in primetime, because even though they have been bad in the past, they didn't mess this one up like people think they did. So and even Dan Campbell admitted, yeah, we tried to confuse them. No, never does people send 3 linemen to the referee to report 1 eligible, but they did that so the Cowboys wouldn't know.
We said
They
that
heard,
night. We said it
yeah,
that night. We said,
that
look,
night.
there was 3 guys that went up to him.
Mhm.
There wasn't enough time for them to have a general discussion about, yes, this guy, and I'm staying here, and
Yeah.
he's going to stay. No, they all rushed up to him. 68 was running behind everybody.
Mhm.
70
Yep.
was there along with 58.
58.
So when they talk to the ref, their job is, I'm eligible, so he can turn around and talk to the D line and say number so and
to
so
the
is
D line
eligible. And that's all
eligible,
they
and
said.
then
Is they
announce it.
said,
Yeah.
yes, number 70 is eligible. He turned around and told the line number 70 is eligible. Didn't say a word about 68. 68 went and lined up like, oh, I'm going to catch this touchdown pass.
And announced it on the loudspeaker because they had it on the Brad Sham radio thing. You could hear him
Yep.
clear as day. He said it twice. 70 reporting eligible, 70 reporting eligible. There was
Yep.
nothing stopping Dan Campbell or any single NFL Lion player saying, no. You want 68 to be eligible. So they tried to play games and they lost, and then tried to fake outrage. Like, why? How could they do this to us when they did it to themselves? And so
What
we
those
just wanted to
fans
put that to condemn. Yeah.
those fans need to be mad that Dan Campbell didn't kick it after the
Yeah.
second time.
After the second time, third time. Oh man.
That's
So
just
we just wanted to put it to bed
pride.
completely. So in case
There you go.
anybody, and then nobody's talking about the trip on Hendershot when it was Hutchinson that it should have never even occurred in the first place.
Think
So
about
it's
it.
all gone to bed.
Think about it. Like our uniforms kind of resembled a little bit closely in that, right? So ref looked at it and they said, okay, a kick came from what? Kick on Dallas. Whatever.
Yeah.
They could have
Because we
cleaned that
had
up.
the gray pants. Yeah, because we had gray pants and they had white pants. Like they had all white and we had the blue and the gray. So
We had the
maybe
white
that
pants.
was it.
We had white pants on. We had dark blue.
Okay, so
white.
yeah.
It was
And
close.
so they had on their light pants. So maybe. But either way, I've never seen somebody call a penalty on the opposite team. I've never seen that. I've been watching football since I was 10 years old. I've never seen
I've seen
that.
it happen, but I know that they get together and be like, no, you're wrong on this. I saw it this way.
And so I feel great about the win. I don't feel like we cheated anything. And if anything, we don't own the refs because it's now been 42 quarters since Michael Parsons has a holding call on him, where they have 15 blatant hold stills that they just have like some on Twitter that people taking pictures of Michael Parsons being held by 1 or 2 people at a time. It's been 42 quarters since his last holding call. So if they want to say we own the refs, I don't know what game they're watching. I don't know what team they're watching because we're not getting any calls. We're not.
I think it's funny.
Well, yeah. So with that said, we can get to that's it. So let's get to our favorite part.
Here we go.
All right, who we got? Who's your here we go player of the week?
Got to
88.
go. Say,
That's what I'm talking
CD.
about. Got
Got to go with him, man. That he walked into this game saying, "I need to catch X balls. I need to get this many yards to be the the all-time Cowboys leading receiver, like in a
Mm-hmm.
season or something like that, right?"
Yeah.
So he
For the
walked
Cowboys
in,
record.
and what did he have? I think he had it before half. I don't know if he did or not, but that was a he put on a show for the whole NFL to watch, for the whole world
Ridiculous.
to watch. He said, I am him. Watch me put these numbers. It was ridiculous. So yes, CD
Man.
would be my here we go player of the week.
What's crazy is everybody was talking about, oh, he has 2 games to get this amount and this amount. And he was like, 2 games? What y'all talking about?
2 games. Yeah.
And he came in, then after that 92-yard touchdown, he was all like,
"Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, that was such a ridiculous pass.
He killed him. I'm like, man. And he caught that. I was like, please don't drop it. Hit him in the hands. He was gone.
With your emotions like this, right? During that play.
Oh.
You're like, Dak's about to get sacked in the end zone for a safety. And then I was like,
I don't know what 55 was. Yeah. I don't know what 55 was thinking about. He didn't finish the sack, but it worked out in our favor. So we'll do it. But
yeah, dude.
CeeDee Lamb was mine, but I got to give some love to Dono. He did good this game, man. He was great in run stop, pass pro, and he had an interception. So CD is the obvious one, but I like Dono. Dono and D-Law kind of tied for me because we had 5 ridiculous third down stops, and D-Law seemed to be in every single one of them.
There was another one, Mr. Jordan fucking Lewis.
Oh man, your boy! I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you, he right now is like every time he makes a play, he's like, I told Eddie, man. Eddie, keep talking about me. You know, like
Eddie, man. I texted Jordan. I said, hey, Eddie's your biggest fan. He wants you to be surrogate for his children. He wants you to date his wife. Everything.
Hell of a play.
I got Eddie. Balling. He's been balling, man.
He really
that
is.
4 million is not looking too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just on the pass breakups, man. He is coming up for the run big time. Yeah. He laying hat for that little body that he has. Yeah.
We had a lot of missed tackles in the Buffalo game, and they've since fixed that.
Yeah.
So we're doing good. So I've been seeing a lot of weirdness. Like they're like, so the playoffs is about to start. All these scenarios, and some people are like, no, we don't want to win. We want Philly to win, so we can be number 5 and play whoever comes out of the South. You know, Tampa Bay or New Orleans or whatever the third team is.
Was it the Packers?
No, out of the South. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, or whoever the third team is, but they're like, we want Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's it. So all 3 of them have a shot to win the division if stuff falls right. And so like, maybe we want to play 5 so we can play that guy and definitely win 1. Or we can be number 2, play Green Bay, have 2 home games. Because if we are number 5, chances are we have road games all the way to Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. If we get 2, we're almost guaranteed to have 2 home games. And if San Francisco somehow loses, then we'll have a home game for the NFC Championship. And so I'm like, how is this even a discussion? Like, and I've seen a lot of people, not a few, a few people just trying to, stoke the fire and be seen. I've seen a lot of people actually argue that we should be 5. Like, does it make any sense to you?
Not even a little bit. When I hear that, I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. We are a home team. We love to play at home. We're 8-0 at home, right? So why not? Why wouldn't we want to play where we play our best ball? And being in that second seed will give us a chance to have 2, maybe even 3 home games.
These are some home stats for us. 8-0 at home. That's first. Nobody else is undefeated, I don't think. And if they are, they're tied with us.
I don't think anybody.
Points per game, 37.4. That's first. Point per game differential, 21.5. That's
crazy.
First. We're beating teams by an average of 3 touchdowns at home. Turnover differential, +10. That's first. Dak passer rating, 120 at home. That's first. It's like we're a juggernaut at home. People are like, no, let's go on the road. I'm like, some people I just can't talk to. So, at least we're in agreement.
They heard it. They heard it on one of those talking head shows, and they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to talk about this and sound like I'm so smart." No,
I mean, I'd understand if this was, fantasy. Fantasy doesn't matter. It's no home or away, so you can be like, it doesn't matter who I play. You just need your players to be healthy. So, how'd you do in fantasy this week? Did you win?
Yeah. The last one that I had, I did win my game, but that was for the third place. But I did win it. I scored like 170 points. The winner for the championship game scored 104 to win it. I was like, but I got my money back.
Yeah, so I won one. Like I won a championship in one, and I killed him. I beat him by 30 points, and all of my players did well. My bench, I mean, I blew him out by like 40 points, and I still didn't set my best lineup. I like Schultz. I put Schultz instead of Kincaid. He killed me, but I still beat him, so I won that one. The other one that I was in the Final Four. I lost. So this week I'm playing for third place. At least I get my money back. But the other one I did win. I win that one. So I guess we get to, you're single, but with me, my wife gets to spend the night with a fantasy football champion.
I was gonna say, I don't know what you're gonna do. That you won. So
no, I don't want to tell her because then she's gonna be like, "How much did you win?" Oh no, she would say, "How much did we win?" I'm like, "You weren't with me shooting in the gym. You weren't in there."
I don't remember you bouncing off my lineup with me this week. No, but that's usually what happens, right? Right.
I might take it to a nice dinner. I think it's like $500 I'm gonna win, so I might go. Maybe Texas State, Brazil, something nice.
She can put cheese on it.
Yeah. So we can go something like that.
Well, congratulations.
So I know, congratulations, you too. We're champions, and that's why we have the podcast. Those losers, they don't have the podcast, so we get to flaunt ourselves. So now we have one more game to go. Big game, big stakes. So we're not resting anybody. I'd understand resting Tyler Smith maybe, but we can't rest anybody because it's a big difference between 2 and 5, like we talked about earlier. We're playing the Commanders. I don't know who their quarterback's going to be. Are they given up? I think they're playing for draft capital seedings now. So it's like I think that they're planning to lose. I hope they are. You never know with a Riverboat Ron, but I'm hoping they're planning to lose so we can be up. Like me personally, like we talked about in the Discord yesterday, we need to score 24 points in the first quarter and then rest everybody after that. That's the perfect scenario. 3 touchdown throws by Dak so he can pad his stats. 1 field goal by Brandon Aubrey so he can remain perfect. And both of them can be all pros, and then we rest everybody. What do you think?
Perfect scenario. I think we start everybody, and then everybody gets to leave soon, right?
Stagger them out.
Yeah, stagger them out. But in my opinion, I mean, with these division games, I don't think Rivera's going to be back next year.
I don't think so either.
So
he might try to play spoiler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he's going to be like, oh, well, let's see what I have for next year. And no, he's going to say, if this is going to be my last game coaching here, where I've been for the last 4 or 5 years, whatever, I'm going to give you everything I got. I want you to remember who I am, right? So, or he pulls a Lovie Smith.
Yeah, I was about to say, Lovie Smith did the exact same. He knew he was getting fired. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get y'all the second pick or the third pick or whatever it was. I'm gonna win this game, even though they had nothing to play for. Yeah. What? It actually helped them because they got the quarterback out the deal.
Did they go for 2 or something like that at the end? Something like that? Yeah. They're like, no,
and they ended up getting the right quarterback. So he ended up helping them anyway because the chances are they would have picked Bryce Young, but they ended up getting the right quarterback anyway. So
unanswered prayers, right? Unanswered prayers. Yeah,
but
I agree.
What score are you thinking? I'm thinking it's probably going to be about 30-13, maybe 24-13. It's supposed to be really cold. Some early morning showers that might bleed into the afternoon. We got the afternoon game, so we might not kill them, like score 35 like we normally put up against Washington, but I think we'll still win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Well, my hope is we get out of there without any injuries. The stadium doesn't fall apart on us like it did on the Eagles last year. Remember when the fans fell on
works? Yeah.
Yeah, and the bathroom's not pissing all over the fans.
Shower works.
I I think there's too many factors to even try and put a real score into this because I don't know
Yeah, it is.
who's going to play, what's going to happen.
How long? Yeah.
The scenario is if we go in to just give these guys a competition and we're going to rest some guys in the second half. If Rivera wants to win his last game in Washington, I think it might be closer than we think, and I think it's probably going to be like 28-21, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Or they score late and we're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But we're still going to win.
And like with the Lions game, I don't care if we win by 1. I don't care if we win by 30, as long as we win. And leave with no, now Ferguson is out for the playoffs because he had a bad sprained knee on the on the grass. Injuries. And I'm like, man, no injuries, and we just win the game. Those two things right there. We don't need to make no statements. We don't need to do anything crazy. Just win the game and get out of there. That's all I need.
So, I get it.
I think we're good on that. So, new year, a new year for the pod. First episode of the year.
New year, new you.
Yeah, new year, new me. You got any New Year's resolutions? You subscribe to those?
Yeah, I do. I think healthy people, I think they look at goals, right, and they make those dreams. The goal is a dream with a deadline. But my New Year's resolutions were, to get healthy, lose some weight.
Mm-hmm.
I got some kids, and I want to be able to walk them down the aisle one of these days. So
yes,
I got to start thinking about myself, quit being so lazy about stuff, and just really celebrate every Cowboy win from here on for the rest of this year with fever. Just enjoy everything because they don't come easily. And I think a lot of our fan base they go, yeah, we won. What's going on next week? And then before we know it, the season's going to be over, and we're going to be like, damn, why didn't I enjoy that fun?
Yeah, it's going to be draft and all that. Yeah. So,
what about you?
So I'm the same. I'm at health wise. I started good. Well, I actually started like the middle of summer.
Yeah, I remember you were
up in there with Supernova. Yeah. I've been doing the meal prep, and I've been doing pretty good from then until now. I dropped from I started off at 305. Now I'm at about 236.
Holy shit! Congratulations.
Yeah,
bro.
So I started working out. I took this little stretch band thing to work, and I walk all over the factory I work at. So I started running around the neighborhood. So I'm doing pretty good. So that's something I'm complete. I'm continuing throughout this year. But mine would probably be to get my kids out the house. My daughter's a senior, so she's about to graduate. So I can't wait to kick her out. My son's a junior. He's about to graduate. Can't wait to kick him out. So it's just me and the wife, so we can start traveling and doing stuff. But I'm probably working on debt this year. I started about 2 years ago. I'm getting close. I'm down to student loans in the house. That's it. And not everything else. Car, credit card, everything's gone. So now it's just student loans in the house, and I'm trying to go hardcore in those. So debt is my number one thing this year. And just stay healthy. Like I want to walk the kids down the aisle, like you said, play with the grandkids one day. I don't want to be in a hover around chair. Can't walk.
I feel you. Oh, you're about to start basketball, aren't you? Are you going to start playing?
Yeah. So I started at 10. Yeah. So it's supposed to start on the 7th. It's this little thing called Game On we have here in Fort Worth. And man, I hope I don't die at the first game.
Is that the one where it's men and women play together?
Well, you can. So I'm gonna have a bunch of different leagues. So I'm gonna have teens and adults, and you can have co-ed teams. There's some competitive, some casual. I joined the casual league starting because I haven't played basketball in about 5-6 years. Like played on the team and the league, and I'm like, man, I'm 42 now. I probably die after the first. I told them, man, and so I told them to put me on a team where nobody's taking it serious because I'm good for like 2 to 3 minute spurts. And then do whatever the tap is they do.
Let me come in and get a couple fouls, and then I'll
that's it.
I'll get it.
I'll be the enforcer. Yeah, y'all tired of seeing somebody drive down the lane? Just put me in the middle, and I'll Charles Oakley clothesline them. I'm good for that.
You go in there with your 88 Pistons jersey on. No, I got you.
Oh man, no layups, no dunks. That's it.
You know what I saw the other day was what's coming back is I guess a bunch of guys put together an 8-foot hoops tournament or like league all over the U.S.
Oh, man.
So there's like 6 or 7 gyms that are participating in this 8-foot
That might
dunk
be fun.
rim. Oh man,
Yeah.
I could. They look so fun because everybody's just getting dunked on all over the place.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I'd probably tear my ACL dunking on somebody.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, but that's it. So, man, Sunday, last game of the year. It's bittersweet, but not for us because, of course, we're in the playoffs. But
Yep.
last regular season game. Oh, man, I wish we had started this podcast beginning of the season, but better late than never. We still got stuff to talk about. We'll still be here throughout the summer, every week coming. We'll have stuff to talk about. So,
Definitely. And
you're not worried about that.
The Cowboys don't end after the season
Yeah.
ends. No, we're one of
real
those
quick.
teams.
Washington or Michigan.
Oh, you know this. Big Blue all day long.
Oh, man.
That Michigan team is a dominating team with a great running game and a great line.
Yeah.
It's just that Washington quarterback is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think
He's
they'll
mad.
win too, but I don't think Washington's gonna lay down for them. So we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's everybody on there, like, subscribe, go follow us on social media. Maybe need some fans. So we'll see y'all next time. Holla at him, Eddie.
So yeah, DC for life. Love you guys.
Peace.
Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been known to wear the team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling.